Hey everybody, this is Joe's Premium Firewood, coming to you live on Thursday, February 8th, 2024. 51 degrees, feels like April 8th, 2024, but it's still February. Super Bowl's this weekend. There goes my helper. What I got planned for today is I plan on splitting this front row of semi-seasoned oak and hickory, tossing it in here like I did yesterday. I'm going to do this front row first, and then I'm going to go in there and stack it. There's Brad. How you like that Ultra that you're babysitting, Brad? Nice machine. It's a nice machine. But here's the jag of wood I got stacked yesterday. So I'm going to split into here and stack it, and then I'll probably split this and maybe just leave it. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. So I gotta deliver some bundles to the store, but I can't take all 30 of these because where I take it behind the store, it's blocked off because of because of the snow plow. They plowed a bunch of snow when we had our winter 10 days ago or 2 weeks ago, and I can't get behind there, so they can only hold about 20 up front. So they got, I got to take a 15 now and 15 later. I want to show you what, Nate came again yesterday and brought me some more wood to split. I think this is what we'll be doing on YouTube Sunday on the Joe Show. Brought some more semi-seasoned oak right here. All cut, about 14, 15, 16 inches. Some of it looks questionable. I might have to make it into boiler wood. But it's going to go into here and fill up my rack right here. So, and as far as doing that, Nate wanted to do it. He wanted to earn some extra money. I was thinking about putting the four-way on and splitting this stuff because it's about the right size. If Brad uses that Ultra very much, and he'll know what I mean. But when if you're splitting bundle wood or summer campfire wood, a few small pieces aren't bad. So that's what's going on. I don't know how long this video is. Also this morning I had like yesterday, I parked my truck after working or coming back from the store, and I looked and my front passenger tire was damn near flat. I'm like, oh great, I won't be able to work today. I'll be out dealing with a flat tire. I filled up with air and it held it overnight. So maybe when it gets, it has a slow leak in it, and maybe when it gets low then it leaks faster or something. But right now, as of right now, I think it's okay. As you can see, it's sitting over there and isn't too bad. Plus the tires are brand new and they would fix it for free. So, but I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on it and top it off. I'm glad we have a air compressor. That's like a must-have tool to have, or a piece of equipment, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm gonna fire this up. I'm gonna toss them in there, get that first row, and I'll shut off the splitter and then go stack it. And then I'll decide if I'm going to split the row that's stacked in there. But yeah, it's 51 degrees right now. It's unbelievable. I could be making bundles, but I got those there. The driveway still has a decent amount. But I know what's going to happen is I'm going to take them there, and then they're going to sell a lot, and then it's going to get real cold. And then I'm going to have to make them in the freezing cold. Like I say, I should be making them now. Tomorrow's supposed to be warm too. But I'm going to meet some friends that I used to work with when I had a real job. Meeting them for lunch. I got to pay a guy for Super Bowl squares, and then I'm gonna have lunch with them. So I got to be down there at noon. Let's fire up. One pull on the Honda. No need to let it warm up. 51 degrees. And I don't have to wear my winter gloves either. Those heated ones. I can just wear these. These still have some life in them. All right. Oh, one last thing. Safety first. Put on my PPE. Get to work. Greg Wilson show up yet? Wonder if Craig had that bacon salad for lunch yesterday. He's talking about eating healthier. But yeah, I don't want to split the whole pile, all of this here, and then have to go in there and stack it, because then it's going to be hard to get through there. This one almost looks green, so I'm going to split it extra small so it dries. Make sure it dries. It's hickory, but yeah, I could tell it's starting to. This one I could sell as a meat smoking grade. I didn't even bother calling Zach. I thought about getting him, but then I didn't know what was going to go on with my tire, if I was going to have to get that fixed. So, if I do the work myself, then I just have to pay myself. I don't have to pay anybody else to do the work. And this I can handle. Whoever gets this next year is going to like it. But I know I always cry about how it sucks stacking it, which it does. But once I'm done, then I like looking at it stacked in there. Then I can just throw everything in like it is over there. Nate said he's got some process wood for me, but I don't want to pay them to bring it over here. I told him I'd try to sell it for him. He's kind of in a bad spot right now, low on money, but aren't we all? Trying to help him out, but he did bring me 4 loads this week so far, and I paid him like $4.90 or something like that. It was $160 a load. No, it's like $6.90 I've paid him this week. But of course he had to split it with John. It's just gonna like this. Normally hickory is a no-no in my general inventory. Kind of windy out today. Wind's coming in from the south. You can see this bark peeling off, so this should dry fairly quick. Definitely by next winter, even if I have to tap into this in December like I did this year, or this season, winter burning season. Yeah, man, Brad, that was a good presentation you did on the Ultra. I watched that last night. I left a comment for you. Because it is quick, and yeah, it doesn't have a conveyor, and it doesn't have a, this isn't adjustable, or it doesn't have a log lift, but I'm selling at least 150 cords a year, I would guess. And I'm keeping up with orders with this, and I got the other splitters mainly as a backup. If you split real knotty stuff, it does tend to bog down, and I've even had pieces get stuck on this single wedge. And I prefer the single wedge because I can control the size and shape of the pieces. You get very little scrap, mom pieces or whatever. Just worked great for me. It's the right height to work on. So, if I stand in one spot for a while, my back really starts hurting. But moving around like this and bending down and picking up these pieces, then my back can handle it for a couple hours. I thought about doing it outside of Michigan style like Dean does and putting it into a wheelbarrow and going in there and stacking it. But then I'm constantly going back and forth, just biting the bullet and doing it this way. And here comes the biggest piece they brought me. It almost should have been broke down, but it looks knotty too, so not really looking forward to picking this up. But at least it's not on the ground. I know it's probably over 100 pounds. know, I'm still weak. You know, I'm still regaining my strength. Even Nate and them, they noticed it. They're like, "Oh yeah, you've gained weight," you know, but in a good way. Would it be healthier if I lost a couple pounds? Sure. Like I always say, I'd rather be fat and strong than skinny and weak. Going through the knot. Might have to put it. See, it made it right through there, Brad. You know, don't underestimate the strength of this Ultra, Brad. Oh, how I missed that. Shot it like the Pistons or Michigan. I don't know. I'll try to get some good pieces out of this. This side's the knot side. Remember that nursery rhyme or childhood story? You know, the little engine that could, or the little, you know, the train. I think I can. Look at that. Push right through that knot. Ultra don't play games. I think this is just going to have to go as is. It'll be okay. This is the side I'm more concerned about. I don't know. Not even going to try it. That's going to boiler wood. I tell you what, John and Nate are good like Mike, cutting them the right length. You know, I always prefer shorter rather than longer. And I'd say most of these are about 15 inches or 16 right on the dot. This one say probably 14, but they probably cut it shorter because it was, you know, a big knotty piece. Oh, back to some nice hickory now. Back to some bundle grade hickory, and it's been splitting pretty nice. Sometimes it can be difficult. Billy Otis make it here yet? Craig Wilson's got to be here by now. I just don't know how Brad does it. I mean, he's the first one here almost every time. It's amazing. That can go in there. That's small. Maple. It's dry. Now this hickory, even though it's the same size, I want it split. Those definitely dry better when it's split. That'll be good for indoor use. It just wouldn't make the cut for a meat smoker. Speaking of meat smoking, Henry the Hater here today. I seen Henry left a comment yesterday saying he's buddies with Rogala. Rogala denies it. Oh, Rogala make it today? Is he still mad at me? But if I had to choose somebody who I believe between Rogala and Henry the Hater, I would believe Rogala. Why would I believe a hater over him? Starting to get a decent sized pile in there already. Get these here. I'm gonna walk over there and check on you here in a second. Make sure everything's good. I watched a little bit of yesterday's video, and looks like the sound was coming through real good. Here's another one that would be good for being green. Good for meat smoking. But it's here, and I don't feel like taking it down to Hickory Haven. Plus, I don't have any restaurants right now as Hickory customers. One went out of business, and the other found somebody else. Somebody to do it cheaper, not better quality, you know. But I don't want to be known as the cheapest guy. I want to be known as the highest quality guy, like I am. You know, why race to the bottom? I could beat anybody's price. But are you, you know, taking care of the wood and making sure it's perfect like this? Like, let's see. How's this one? Ah! Oh. Another one with a knot in it. Let's see what I can do with it. Now, Mom started the fire, but like I say, it's 51 degrees. Probably just let it, keep it real low. Don't need to have it raging when it's this warm out. I mean, I damn near could work in a t-shirt today. Not sure what Mike's got going on today. I don't think he's playing games. Double it up just like this, Brad. Mike does it a lot. Patty and Jeffrey here. See, they got a new puppy. I think it's a golden retriever or something like that. I'm letting this one go as is. Chris in the wood yard, he used his Ultra for a while till he got, you know, processor and a bunch of other big splitters. I'd say the Ultra would be good up to, you know, 500 cord a year. If you're selling more than that, you probably want something bigger and faster. You know, I'd rather sell less for more than more for less. This oak almost feels dry. I'm gonna put it over there. Less to stack. It's supposed to cool off next week, but I mean, back to like normal. Back to like normal. Like in the 30s and the 20s, with snow. But when we had our winter, back from like January 12th through like the 20th, or maybe it was through the 20, it was like 10 days, so the 12th to the 22nd. It was real cold. I mean, like, got high temperatures, like one day was like 9 degrees, and a couple nights it was below zero. The lakes were froze. People got out to start ice fishing, and it started melting again. Now there's no safe ice. There's no snow in the Upper Peninsula either, which is absolutely amazing. I just gotta get this little jag of wood behind me and shut off the splitter, start stacking. I'm gonna let you watch that today, folks. Yesterday I didn't do it because I got a late start on the video. I had to help with the customer that just came here and bought some, but so far it's been a slow sales week. Only 275 so far. But I can call a customer and 95% sure he would take one Saturday, but he wants it all dry. And to help Nate out, instead of taking out of here, I would go over and buy it off of him for 100 and then take it to the customer and sell it for 160. You know, buy low, sell high. No, I'm not making, you know, not making bank on it, but still making something. 60 bucks for, you know, an hour of work. Yeah, Nate called me last night, and I guess that, you know, John's having a bunch of hickory trees logged, but there's a bunch of sassafras in the way, and he wanted to bomb me with green sassafras. And I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it here now. I'm not a warehouse. I'll take it when I need it. The only thing I warehouse is what's in here, back there, and down in Hickory Haven. And once all those racks are full, then that's it. And I can't fill this up because I can't bury the dry stuff. The bark just falls right off that when I throw it in there, so when you see me stacking, I'm going to be whipping out some pieces. I got about 15 more rounds to split. See how that pops right off there? I like it when it does it here, then I can just whip it out into the wood. And watch when I throw this in there, it'll pop off. Nope, but it knocked one off another piece. You know, I try to throw the bark out when I can, and then I have less debris to clean out of there once I sell out. I'm gonna have to hook the splitter up. Hook the splitter up to the quad, get it out of here, because there is rain coming this afternoon, this evening, overnight. So I probably won't split that right there today. I got to deal with doing this, and I want to hook it up on the other side, which is a pain in the butt. I don't know how high Brad's quad is, where the hitch is, but where mine is, it's a real pain in the butt. And I'm supposed to have Ted, the saucer, to make me something. Hopefully gets over here soon and does it. All this wood, nothing for Mom yet, just kindling. And when they're nice and straight, and don't have too many knots or nubs sticking off them from branches, I don't get too many rejects. Need to get Heath and his boys over here. You know, Heath, hard-working man on YouTube. I think he's on Facebook too. He came over last spring. I think it was last spring, and maybe it was the year before. Maybe it was 2022, and brought his boys over here and brought me some wood that he donated to me, and helped me do a bunch of splitting and stacking in here. I think it was 2 years ago now. That's what I was looking for, Billy Otis. Nice size, perfect piece of oak here. The haters will be like, that's right, because it's not this up. Look what the inside looks like. But the more work I do myself, the less wages I gotta pay. Trying to keep an eye on my tire. I hate to have a flat, and especially tomorrow when I'm going to be taking the freeway. Definitely don't want a flat tire on the freeway. Any type of breakdown. Truck's been running pretty good. Ever since I had the problems last spring, I just had the oil change on it, tires rotated. Oh, and what's his name? Josh was able to fix my seat, got it moved back so I could fit in there and I'm not all scrunched up. Well, that's a good thing. There's a couple more big pieces of oak I got to deal with yet. Gonna be nice when I can just split it there and leave it. Another customer I could call to see if they need some is the campground that I delivered a bunch to last week. The guys there are pyromaniacs and burnt the hell out of what Mike and I brought them over the last 3 weeks. One more big piece of oak down there, and it looks like it's got a big knot in it. But I think I'll be able to not have to boiler with it like I did the one piece over there. Might as well split it just to be safe. It'll probably dry out. Yeah, I mean, look at the bark just came off it. I know it's kind of small, but now there's no question if it's going to dry. Last one. Has some ice still stuck to it. Bet your back aches just watching me do that. That was the non-knot side. See how easy it split. Let's try the knot side and see what that does. Oh, went through it pretty good. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. Now it's time for the fun part. Keyword sarcasm. Anybody watching? Anybody hitting the thumbs up? 38 watching. Somebody say good morning. Judy Crow finally made it. Jason Lee's here. I think Jason lives on the other side of the state. There's where we got. That's what I got a stack right there. See that pile? I'm going to put you right here. You guys can watch me right here. Let me adjust it here. Like you can see, get her stacked. I'm gonna get her stacked. Not stacking it to measure it out, stacking it to protect the wall. So then when we got the walls all protected, then we split and throw in here and just let it sit. Because most of the stuff that goes in here now, from now on, you know, it will be semi-seasoned. You know, stuff that'll burn easy, maple. Oh, yeah, you know, I'll take up to semi-season up to the end of May, but then after that, anything that goes in here has to be ready right then. So like ash and whatnot, because my goal is not to touch it until we're snowed in, you know, which is usually like in late December, January, or early January. Let's get over here without tripping and falling. All right. Where's Brady and Dom when I need them? Hell, even Val's a good stacker, right, Brad? If you're still here watching, I know she even enjoys it. But after you've handled as much firewood as I have, it starts to get a little old. These kind of jobs. I like cutting and I like splitting. Bundles gets old. It's just tedious work. But I'd say once I split that jag of wood there, probably this wall will be protected. And I gotta start going that way, but I'm still right on top of this dry stuff that I'm selling, so I can't block that off. So that's another reason I told Nate, don't be bringing me any more. I go only right now I'm only taking dry wood ready to burn or green oak, or I mean not oak, definitely not oak. Green hickory. This corner filled in good. And you can see I'm putting one sideways in there. Should be able to see that. Steve Craig watching today, or I know my cousin Joe Otten. He's down in Florida right now visiting his daughter. So he said he was watching from Florida the other day. I like putting these ones sideways. I believe, in my opinion, it holds the stack better from falling. Don't want to pack it in too tight. You do want airflow, even though it doesn't. Not much air flows through here, but it is wide open on the two sides. And as the sun starts setting further to the west, there usually in the evening gets some sun in here. But once the trees have all their leaves, then not much sun gets in here. It'd be better if this was facing towards the south, but with all the trees there, it wouldn't really matter. I don't think I'm going to transfer this to YouTube today. My Joe's Firewood videos too, that's where I usually transfer them, so if you want to see them live, you got to like my Facebook page that you're watching on right now. Joe's Premium Firewood. Get my exercise today. And when them toe touchers, probably close to 200 pieces of wood here. I'd say that was what I just split, was probably close to a face cord. Not quite a Joe cord. If I split the ones that are right in front of it, probably would have been about a half cord all split. When it's said and done, maybe they can get about 2 face cords in Nate's truck. It's a 3/4 ton, and he's got this rack on the back. They stack it 4 rows because it's only 6-foot bed. The first 3 are about as high as the cab, the top of the cab. Well, I got to go see Scotty tomorrow. I asked him to cut me a load of dry wood, and when I'm going to have lunch with some friends right near where Scotty's house is, and he texted me a couple weeks ago and asked me if I needed some. Said I was okay for now, but I could always use dry wood. So I texted him yesterday. I'll be down there Friday. Have a load ready for me if you want to make some money. Have it all cut, 16 inches. I said I'll take dry, and I'll take green hickory. This hickory I'm stacking right now is semi-seasoned, so it'll just go as in my general firewood inventory. My goal is to have this filled up by the end of May, but first I got to sell that to make room, and I don't want to just sell it all right now and not buy anything and then be totally out. So that's why I'm still trying to keep dry wood coming in, but I think maybe by mid-March I think I'll just clear it, sell it all out, and then start rebuilding it then. So my sales go way down in March anyway, so I'll sell what I can, get that opened up, and start filling it up in here. But it does get expensive to keep buying wood and not selling anything. I tell customers, I'm not Amazon, I'm not a firewood warehouse. I go, why don't you order early? I bring it over there, I'll split this stuff right in the truck, I'll bring it over to your house. You let it sit there for 6 months, and then it'll be ready. Be ready by November. Less than 2% of my customers actually do it. They want me to plan ahead for them and stockpile it here, but I'm not going to fill our entire property up with firewood, because it does suck loading in the snow when you have to dig it out. Anybody that's ever had to do it, you know what I'm talking about. More bark. This shows you how dry it is. Now I start sweating and I bend over, and then my glasses want to slide down. That's why I keep pushing them up. But yeah, if I showed you these walls in here, I take you over to bay number 1, show you what the walls look like in there, where we just throw it in there the whole time without having this wall to protect the wall. There's dents all over the place. Even some holes. I think there's even some holes on this wall too, because I can only reach so high, and then when we throw them up in the top, I try to lob them in there. I don't try to hit the wall directly, but sometimes, you know, you do the best you can, but sometimes they hit it. But yeah, I like getting some hickory and oak mixed in with the cherry and maple for the people that do burn in the winter and that want heat out of it, so they don't just get all silver maple and have sassafras. There's still about 50 pieces, folks. See, I don't mess around. I gotta get stacked. Yeah, I could use the exercise, I know that. I want this leaning and falling over. Can't really start this side, I can only do a little bit. So it's going to be a while. I'm going to wait till that's back about 8 feet, the pile's back, and then I can start stacking there. And then we can start filling this corner up. But I'm going to have to clean up some of this debris in here. Haven't did that yet, and I've been adding throughout the winter. And then, you know, if I don't stay on top of the bark, it builds up quick. Well, this is going to have to go to Mom. Probably lost some of the viewers, but maybe new people have come in. But I know not too many people like watching me stack or make bundles. But if it's a job that needs to be done, and if you like live streaming it, that's what you're going to watch if you want to watch. Not going to run the splitter. I don't have anything to split. This wood ain't going to stack itself. Still wait for Andrew Easton to make a robot stacker to do this. Yep, might put me out of a job. I don't see robots doing this for a while. They can't even get self-driving cars right. I'm all for that too, but what if you have to drive in the woods? You know, go out there and cutting firewood. How's that gonna work? Starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I would have paid, I don't know, I probably would have paid Mike maybe $30 to split and stack this. So I just saved $30. That's how I increase profits. Do some of the work myself. I do get comments all the time. Why don't you help? Because I'm paying them to work. You know, when the CEO of General Motors is doing a plant tour, does he go over there and help people out on the assembly line? People always forget, I'm paying them. They're not paying me. Does Jeff Bezos do that at a Amazon distribution warehouse? I think I'm gonna give Jeff Bezos a call and see if they want to get into firewood, and they could set up a factory. And then they could just sell it to the people, set up a warehouse, and then I would just fill it up. Then they could do the deliveries. They could keep it nice and dry. Put it on pallets with a forklift. But how would you unload it though at the customers? Oh, we're so close now, folks. Oh, I can almost taste it. Oh. Hickory and oak, junk firewood, right? Both of this is semi-seasoned. It'll be dry in the fall. Definitely by winter. Hey, there's a piece I was looking for. The last one. Alright, I gotta get this splitter hooked up to the quad. I'll probably park it in the barn, maybe. We'll see. I'll show you what we got. I'll show you what we got, folks. Here. Starting to get a wall there, folks. There's a little bit of elm at the bottom. Maybe a couple pieces of cherry. That's all oak, and I would say there's more. That's probably a Joe cord there now. When you factor in all this wood in the back. That's all the way up. And like I say, I'll go as high as I can reach. Same with this side. You can see how it is in there. And then when I get dry wood, it'll just go into here. So get this moved back into this corner again. Open it up in there. If I build that wall, then I can start throwing it in there. But I kind of do need to clean up that debris. Look how big that pile is. And as you can see, this is what we got left here. So... and I got one piece of boiler wood out of that. So I'm going to walk that over and then get the quad, bring it back here, hook up to this, put it away before the rain comes. So, alright folks, I want to thank everybody for all the thumbs up. Thanks everybody who watched it to the end, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.